Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defend their World Tag Team titles against former champions Finn Balor and JD McDonough. And JD and Finn did reclaim the tag team goal. We'll see a little bit later on in the show. We'll talk about it. In the tag team action, Lava Kieran Davis takes on the Kabuki War. The Kabuki War ambushed them last week. Lara May get some retribution from the Kabuki War. We'll talk about it coming up. More tag team action. We're world champion Stephanie Frontier teams up with WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella to take on the team of the Michelle Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez at Judgment Day. We'll see there. And he kicked things out with Raw with the new world heavyweight champion CM Punk. And he made his triumphant return to Raw to team Jey Uso for the world title in Saturday Night Event. We get the Pro Wrestling Show start with the Raw Ring Report right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Raw Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Chris Dick here. Glad you joined us on the Raw Ring Report. Join in a conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. We kick things off with the new world champion CM Punk. CM Punk graced us with his presence and Punk, making it seem like he want to be a fighting champion. Punk has said that he's getting older, he's getting wild, but he wants to hold on to the belt as much as he can. CM Punk making it clean tonight that he'll take on all comers, including John Cena, AJ Styles, who have earned the right because they've been former world champion. And you talk about Seth Rollins. When Seth Rollins want to holler and get back on the fray again, I want to talk about new challenge like Finn Balor, JD McDonough for the world championship. Even Jey Uso. CM Punk wants to be a fighting champion, and him holding the big gold belt makes him there. CM Punk made sure to made his mission to say, hey, I'm wrestling for the big gold belt. I hold the belt, and I want to be a fighting champion. And he even myself Rollins by swinging the belt right here, which CM Punk was saying no one's going to deny him after he had his 5 minutes with the championship at SummerSlam. He wants to keep hold on the championship a little bit tighter than once was. CM Punk got called out unexpectedly by this man, Logan Paul. We can show you Logan Paul right quick. We will. Can we get a picture of Logan Paul interrupting the festivities and CM Punk? So can we show Logan Paul right quick? Logan Paul making his mission that he wants to be a WWE champion. Logan Paul and Braun Breaker could be one of the only two men to be born in the 1990s to never held the WWE championship. Is no one in this instance that from the 1990s, and I think it's going to be Logan Paul or Braun Breaker who's going to break that tradition. Just about everybody has been WWE champion from the inception from the 1960s from the 80s. CM Punk comes from the 1970s. He was born in the 70s. But Logan Paul born in the 90s. Logan Paul issued a challenge that he wants to be next in line to go for the world championship. Logan Paul made it clear tonight that he wants to battle CM Punk for the world championship. And Logan Paul will do absolutely anything to do so. We know Logan Paul will perhaps be part of some team at Survivor Series. This is the road to Survivor Series right now. We don't know what Logan Paul's stance is, but we figure out what the vision. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed decided to take matters in their own hand and attack the champion CM Punk and Logan Paul. Logan Paul was undecided. Logan Paul felt like he didn't know what to do. And Logan Paul felt that, hey, between them until he got involved in it. And Logan Paul tried to fend off to CM Punk, fend off both Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So we'll tell you a little bit later on the show on what's going down with that because Logan Paul played a huge role tonight in the circumstances of what's going to go down a little bit later on in the show. CM Punk needed to find him a partner. He found a partner. He couldn't look nowhere to hide and where to run. He found Jey Uso, the man he beat for the world championship. Jey a little bit salty, but Jey respects CM Punk enough that he'll team with him. So Jey Uso teamed up with CM Punk to take on the Visions, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman in that corner. So we'll see how that's going to go down eventually down the road a little bit later on in the show. But beforehand, we told you next week on Raw will be sentimental. John Cena will be in Boston. John Cena will be the last time in now in Boston. The tournament, the last time is now. Tournament begin. Winner gets the right in a 16-man tournament to meet John Cena at Saturday Night Main Event for the last match. So John Cena looking forward who's gonna be his opponent. Well, we saw general manager Adam Pearce doing a drawing like a Royal Rumble with the referee. And we'll tell you the names right now that's in this last time is now. And see right here, former world heavyweight champion Damian Priest is in the battle royal from SmackDown, taking on former United States champion John Russo. Russo has a long history with John Cena. Who can forget at WrestleMania 10 years ago? So this 32. So it was WrestleMania 42, WrestleMania 32 when Russo defended the United States Championship against John Cena and thus started this open challenge and stuff. Russo could go back the hands of time 10 years ago and get his hands on John Cena for that revenge and stuff. Another person that got history with Cena, Sheamus. Who can forget 2010, nearly 15 years ago? Man, that is so long. 15 years ago. Man, Sheamus going against Shinsuke Nakamura. Sheamus won his first WWE championship from John Cena in a tables match. And Sheamus could go, run it back 15 years later and have his last match against John Cena. And you can tell right here, the last time is now tournament. First round match. Winner gets to meet John Cena. We'll see that coming up. And also to continue on SmackDown, this is going to be a brand open invitation when you think about it. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. We know that on SmackDown this week, we'll find out who are the SmackDown Raw competitors that are going to compete on SmackDown to meet John Cena as well. NXT, will we get indication from tomorrow NXT or NXT want to participate? We'll see. But good things happen and good twice. Well, we get to this right here. We get this right here. Women's action. And I mean women's action was fast and furious. Stephanie McCure, the WWE Women's World Champion, teamed up with Nikki Bella, the WWE Hall of Famer, to take on the Judgment Days, Rise and Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. And what a match that was. That was going to be Raquel Rodriguez sending up the fray right here. We want to show you that before we leave out on what went down tonight. And, let's show you right quick. I'm going to show you right quick. You see right here, Roxanne. You're supposed to show you that right quick. Let's show you that right quick before we leave out. All right, see right here. Roxanne Perez pinned Nikki Bella with Pop Rocks to get the victory. Roxanne, along with Raquel, getting the victory. Raquel Rodriguez earns herself a match against the women's champion. We'll see that match coming up next week on Raw between Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez versus Stephanie McCure. We also getting a little tease and stuff going on. Nikki Bella teasing that she might turn on Roxanne, on Stephanie. I meant to say Stephanie Bella watch her back because Nikki Bella knows a thing or two about turning on people and get what she wants. And she might be one that goal that Nikki has. So I wouldn't be shocked, no surprise if Nikki that goes down next week after we saw what we saw. But the winners of the match was Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. We'll see them probably have a match. Raquel have a match against Stephanie next week on Raw. So looking forward to seeing that as well. Speaking of that, a word of words between father and son. What's up? Rey Mysterio returning back. Rey Mysterio returning back to confront his son, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, about saying that he's the king of the luchadors. Ray told Dominic that if you got to prove you're the king of the luchadors, you got to beat me. Dominic wasn't having it. Dominic feels like he doesn't. It's beneath him to wrestle his dad once again. And what his dad done and all that Ray has done, legendary. That Rey Mysterio wants to shut up Dominic Mysterio once and for all. We've seen these storylines once again. I guess they're trying to recycle these storylines. So you see Rey Mysterio wants to battle Dirty Dom one more time. Dirty Dom saying that he's not in the mood to be playing. Dirty Dom saying that what's going down and stuff like that. So we see Dirty Dom Mysterio saying that, hey, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm gonna still be a double champion and stuff. So Dirty Dom Mysterio stand the stage. We could see Dirty Dom and Rey Mysterio go at once again. We'll see how they're gonna go at it. Problem for the Triple A Mega Championship is Ray ain't won that championship. Where he go. We also tell you a little bit later on in Wrestling Hot Topic that Dirty Dom and John Cena might have a thing at Survivor Series. We'll see how this is going as well. Well, we get to this right here. We get to the main event right here. Well, one of the matches right here. That um Oscar and Kyrie Singh took on Live Akira and Bayley. They didn't know it was gonna be for the number one contendership for the women's tag team championship. They didn't say that earlier and stuff. Well, it looked like the Kabuki Warriors won that match against Bayley and Lyra. Bayley and Lyra really didn't have an opportunity to have a chance tonight. Bayley and Lyra were trying to get their Lyra and Bayley trying to get their ducks in a row. To the women's tag team champions, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss showed up, raising up their belts, telling them, "If you want some, come and bring it." The Kabuki Warriors did have that until they met against with Becky Lynch. I think the Survivor Series giving us an indication that the Kabuki Warriors might team up with Becky Lynch for something for they might be on the same, they might not like each other, but be on the same side. Don't be surprised we see them, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, all of them getting along and getting together for Survivor Series as well. This is what the Kabuki Warriors did. Oscar in the Oscar lock on Live Akira, making Live Akira tap out. And then Live Akira kind of knew and read the room and stuff like that and what she had going on. But Oscar, oh, this is sorry, folks, we're sorry about that. But that's what went down as well. So we saw how that went down earlier tonight with the Kabuki Warriors trying to get that one upstairs with the WWE Tag Team Champions, Alexa Bliss and Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. So we'll see that match and how that's going to go down. Becky Lynch, we talked about the Kabuki Warriors interrupting Becky Lynch. We talked about that a little bit earlier and stuff, but Becky Lynch looks like she having a meltdown. Becky Lynch came out of nowhere, and Becky Lynch talked about she's having a lot of trouble at home where Seth Rollins being injured. Right, Maxine Dupree pinning her and saying that she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. She like she had a meltdown and just didn't know how to handle it. But Becky Lynch saying that she needs to prioritize herself first. So Becky Lynch, the Intercontinental Champion, trying to get the upper advantage and get the upper hand. Something about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch knows a thing or two how to work the room and work the crowd. And I think that's what Becky Lynch is trying to do. So Let's see. Becky Lynch is going to say and do. Speaking of that, we see this Penta was in action. Penta won his match against the Americanos. Penta pinned El Gran and Americano, pent them real good, but I think Penta setting up the stage for that as well. Uh, we'll see. But Penta emerged victorious tonight. Penta did his thing earlier tonight as well. Well, we get to this right here. We get to the main event of the evening. The main event of the evening was a tag team match. Seth Rollins, not Seth Rollins, but Jey Uso and world champion CM Punk taking on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And the way it went down earlier and stuff. Well, we saw it happen tonight. Before we get that, the tag team titles was on the line. We got to make mention of the tag team titles on the line. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee retained the tag team titles over the Judgment Day. We didn't want to skip that. We didn't want to skip over that. So we get back on track and stuff. So we saw that earlier tonight as well as what went down and how it went down earlier. So AJ Styles and, and Dragon Lee are still the tag team champions. Now we can get back to the main event business. The main event was world champion CM Punk teamed up with Jey Uso to take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So we saw that as well. And we saw that how it went down and stuff. But at the end was a shocking conclusion. What a shocking conclusion was Logan Paul nailed CM Punk with brass knuckles as the CM Punk got decimated, as well as Jey Uso got decimated by the Bronze. CM Punk got knocked the crap out by Logan Paul. Logan Paul doing some work and doing some damage. But this what gave the real indication right here. Logan Paul giving away his brass knuckles to Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman told him, like, hey, you knocked me out, then take him out, Bronze. But he didn't do that. So this is giving me an indication that perhaps at Survivor Series, we can see Logan Paul joining Team Vision. And that's what they give me the indication. CM Punk and Jey Uso are going to be probably the co-captains at Survivor Series and probably got to recruit team members and stuff to take on the team of the Bronze and Logan Paul and a couple others and two others from the opposite team. I can probably see CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, LA Knight, and Jimmy Uso taking on the team of Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, um, um, Logan Paul, perhaps Austin Theory, if they're still putting him in the cards and stuff, and perhaps another member of that team. We don't know who could be, who they're feuding with, but this is going to be quite interesting to see Survivor Series and how this all going to play out for them for War Games. So we'll see how War Games is going to detonate coming forward at Survivor Series coming up in a couple of weeks. All right, they're going to do for the Raw Ring report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics. We're hearing reports about Triple H. A lot of people saying Triple H is neglecting WWE, not focusing his priorities on WWE. But the game tried to dismiss that tonight, saying that there's going to be a new landscape starting in WWE. He kind of giving us an indication what we're seeing tonight with Logan Paul and Paul Heyman trying to make some sort of alliance. We could see that being that way with that. Like I said, we're keeping a close eye on this because I mean, come on. All right, folks, we had a little technical difficulties, but we're back. But we see right here what could it be with Paul Heyman. We're going to keep a close eye on this and see what's going down. I'm here about Triple H. We'll see what's Triple H. The game sent by a new landscape. Yeah, for Survivor Series, but it really ain't hitting the reset button or nothing like that. So I don't know why he made up that unfortunate lie. That's just Triple H being Triple H. Be the face of the WWE. But speaking of that, the new WWE Women's Champion, the new WWE Women's Champion, Jay Carhill, want to thank her mom and thank everything she done tonight. Jay Carhill doing what she need to do to wish everybody a luck for her win the women's championship. We'll see Jay this week on SmackDown and what this means for Jay coming forward for SmackDown as his new women's champion. He has the SmackDown Women's Division. Well, we get to this right here. Um, like we said, we see right here, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page are the new Triple A Mixed Tag Team Champions. What it's gonna do, I guess we'll see on NXT tomorrow when they're gonna be showing something. We'll see how this gonna all play out. Well, Naomi, showing a photo shoot of her with her baby bump, the women's world champion Naomi, saying she might be pregnant, but she's still swinging her belt around. So I guess we'll see when Naomi's going to be standing around. So we'll see as well. Well, we look at new attendance right here, and this is the new attendance right here from SmackDown this past week. This is SmackDown from 1 year ago. It was at 11,023, and that was last year. There was a TV show for SmackDown. This is the SmackDown from this week from Salt Lake. It was like half of that. And a lot of people are wondering what's going on with WWE with Triple H with the high ticket prices and low on attendance. Something is missing along that, but Triple H will tell you something different. Also, too, we get this. Bailey talking about she wants to be in the John Cena tournament. Well, we have to wait and see if she does make it on SmackDown. We'll see. But at the point right here in return, we're hearing reports that John Cena could be going against Dominic Mysterio at the Survivor Series for the Intercontinental Championship. And Cena could defend, that's perhaps win the Intercontinental Championship and in defend the championship at, at um at his Saturday main event, the Intercontinental title. John Cena had one last time run because the Intercontinental Championship eluded him. I never would have thought John Cena would go for the Intercontinental Championship. That's just crazy. But only strange thing happened before. But this is what Cena had put down and wrote right here. Over that 2 decades, I tried to make the most of every opportunity I've been presented on December 13th. I would like to repay the favor. The last, and that's what John Cena made a hoorah speech about the last time Battle Royal. So we're seeing a lot going on, and like we told you, that Cena will be in Boston next week to kick off his tournament to meet him at Saturday Night Main Event. We told you Sheamus will take on Shinsuke Nakamura in the first round match. Sheamus and Cena got history, as well as Rusev and Cena got history. A lot of history going on with John Cena, and John Cena could be capitalizing as he go. So we'll see how that's going to all play out and pitch out. All right, I'm going to leave you here on the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm going to leave you with Logan Paul subtly joining forces with the Vision, Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. What's going on with that? Does this lead to Survivor Series for a Survivor Series WarGames match? That's the only question we're going to be waiting to see how this is all going to play out. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Raw Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow night for the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.